Crazy how some of these cartoons just like keep going, man.
You know, it actually, I think Family Guy originally flopped.
Yeah.
But it only had like one or two or maybe just a handful of episodes that made it on air. And they pulled it because it didn't have good ratings or something. And then everyone was like, we want it back. We want it back. People were requesting that it come back, and it came back.
It took off when it did, for sure. What's that one that is like the oldest running, like South Park or something?
Simpsons is another big one.
Yeah.
The Simpsons was on when I was a kid.
I never watched that one.
Yep.
What's it about?
Just a family, like a sitcom kind of thing.
Huh. We have been. I don't know if that's going to make the cut or not.
Talking about cartoons.
Cartoons.
Yeah. When I was a kid, that's what we used to do every Saturday morning. Oh man, that was the best. Not a care in the world. Get up. We'd make just a ginormous bowl of cereal, and we watched cartoons.
Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
No.
Man, I was big into Dragon
Ball Z. I think that
Z.
came out after my time.
Yeah, that was big. So I was a child of the 90s. I was born in 91. And like I was big into Dragon Ball Z. Like I didn't have a TV growing up. I never had a TV. But there was a few summers where I would go I'd go to school in Bryant, and then my grandparents would pick me up, and then I would stay at their house for a little bit before my folks got off work, and then they'd pick me up from there. So I'd come home, or I'd go to Granny and Pop's, and I'd watch Dragon Ball Z, eat like a sandwich, and like that. Like I thought I was a freaking Super Saiyan, man. Like I was super nerded out.
Life was
into
set.
That. And honestly, if I think about that, that was probably one of the big catalysts that got me into like wanting to build my body, because like all those guys were jacked. I mean, they were all flying around. They were all anime, but they were all
also
like,
fake, drawn.
Totally fake.
Yeah.
But they were all jacked, and I'm like, man, I want to get jacked. So that was probably like what kind of originally sparked my interest in lifting.
Have you ever done Halloween costume as Dragon Ball Z? That'd be nice.
I've never done that.
Bring it back. You could maybe Rigel too.
I don't remember doing much for Halloween, because when we were at the age where we would do a lot of Halloween stuff, we were way out in the country at that point. So like there was no neighbors.
Yeah, sure.
When I was little, and we lived in Minnesota, where you're from, we would, my folks would take us out for Halloween. I remember I was a pirate one year, a skeleton one year, and a clown, I think, one year. My brother was a clown, but that's the only ones I really remember.
Those are pretty basic.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Huh.
But yeah, it's funny, man. Just childhood memories. And I think now, like with Rigel, like what kind of memories is he going to have? And I don't know. It's just interesting.
Don't you you start remembering things at like age, what, 3? Is it 3-ish? 2, 3, 4, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Like up until then, nothing really sticks. And then start to remember stuff.
Halloween's a weird holiday if you think about it, though. Like you dress up as a make-believe individual. You knock on strangers' doors. And you ask for candy. Like that was, I don't even know if that would be a comfortable thing to do these days.
I was just going to say, I don't know that I would do that anymore. I think a lot of parents now will go to like an organized event where kind of the environment has been pre-screened. You're not getting weird stuff from weird people. Back in the day when I was a kid, we didn't care. We used to just run around the whole entire neighborhood, and we trusted every single person. Nowadays, like I wouldn't even want your child to go up to someone's doorway. Yeah. And, you just don't know.
You don't know if they're like poisoning. Like I've heard horror stories of people poisoning the candy. And like that's probably, 1 in a million, but like you don't want to be the millionth.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, like I don't want my kids getting a bunch of candy either. So what we did for Easter, because like our church had like this little Easter thing, and we had kind of gone into it with the plan of, hey, if Rigel, finds a bunch of eggs and gets a bunch of candy, we'll just get him a little toy monster truck, and then we'll have him swap out his candy for the monster truck. But honestly, like the people at the church were pretty nutritionally minded, and there wasn't really that much candy.
That's kind of rare. Yeah. So, I don't remember when as a kid, some of the houses had some of the older people at them. They'd give out coins. Instead of candy, they'd give you a nickel or a dime or whatever. And I always thought that was the dumbest thing. But now looking back on it, that was smart. They're not giving candy. You're not giving all these kids a bunch of sugar and crap. And they're giving them something for their little piggy bank.
Yeah. What about Christmas? You think, because like when I was a kid, I remember, Christmas being a thing and like thinking that there was Santa Claus. And then I don't remember how old I was when I realized there wasn't a Santa Claus. But now that I'm a parent, it's like, well, it doesn't really make sense for me to put false hopes or make believe into Rigel's head. So like, I don't really want to let him to believe there's a fake man running around on a rooftop with
like, how did that lie? Because it's a straight up lie. Yeah. How did that lie get so mainstreamed to where every parent is like, all right, we're all gonna, conspire against all the kids in the entire world that there's this weird random dude that slides down your chimney and eats your cookies and leaves footprints in the.
And then it's weird for the kid when they start getting of the age where like
some of their peers you're like, so you've been lying this whole time?
A Santa Claus, and some of them don't. So it's like, well, do I talk about this?
Yeah.
Is this taboo? And what we've done with Rigel, of course, he's like just 3, has been like, you can pretend there's a Santa Claus, like there's a make-believe story Santa Claus, and this is what he does, but like we don't ever say this is what's happening. He's a real deal, and he's going to be sneaking down the chimney. So we've just been straight up with him,
Well, I remember my parents were full-blown Santa, like we put the cookies and the milk out, and we wrote them a letter, and then in the morning there's certain gifts that were labeled from Santa, certain gifts that were labeled from mom and dad, and But when my brother and I were younger, we used to. I remember this. This is super funny. We were at the age where we would wake up before our parents, and we'd run downstairs, and we'd see all the gifts under the tree, and we would go down there, and we'd try to guess what they were. And my parents weren't even up yet, so we're down there just goofing off, and we would try to guess what they were, and then we would read the stickers and the tags on them, and we would completely sort them out. So by the time our parents got up and came downstairs, there were 2 piles of gifts. There was no like perfectly placed photo worthy pile anymore. We had gone through it all. We haven't opened anything, but we had it totally segregated. So the next year, our parents, what did they do? Oh, they put a code on the, instead of to Greg or to Steve, they put a code. And I had a certain code, he had a certain code. Well, we found the cheat sheet under the couch or under a cushion or something, and it said, "These are the codes for Greg. These are the codes for." So we segregated it again, and then one year they had to wrap it all color coded, so there was no stickers. They took all the labeling off, and then anything that had more blue in it was me or something like that. Anything that had more red in it was Steve, my brother, and so they were just trying to just figure it out. But yeah, good old childhood memories.
What was the best Christmas gift you ever got as a kid? Nintendo
Entertainment System, the NES, the original one.
Yeah,
that was there's no way to replicate a kid in the 80s receiving. That's the one that you had to like
blow into.
That was the one where you get the big plastic cartridges, and occasionally you'd put it in there and it would like glitch out, or the screen would get messy. So everyone knew you're supposed to take it out and you're supposed to blow in there because there's dust on the connectors.
Yeah.
But right on the cartridges, now it's being brought to my attention because all this old classic collecting stuff is coming back. You're never supposed to blow on them because you're adding moisture to the contacts, and then they start to rust or they start to corrode a little bit. But I still have my original Nintendo. It's in my closet.
We still have we got like a Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
like
we had the original Nintendo. Then I don't think we had the Super Nintendo. Then we had the N64. Then there's like a Dreamcast, and there was there's so many consoles, but Nintendo was the one that, there was a couple before Nintendo, like Atari and all that kind of stuff, but the Nintendo. That's by far, that was the gift. I think my parents probably had a home video of us like screaming when we opened it. Yeah.
There's 2 Christmas gifts that I remember getting over the years as a kid that really stood out. One year, I was really big into horses. I was reading like all the Black Stallion books and everything, and my mom has always been big into horses, and she got me an English saddle, like this black English saddle. So I saw that when we came out to open everything up, and I just knew that I was going to start riding. And the other one, it was like one other really big Christmas where they like spent pretty good money on the Christmas gifts. And there was like several weeks before that, Dad took me to this gun shop, Don's Weaponry is what it was called. And I was looking at different guns because I needed to get a gun. Like I was just big enough where he would take me to deer camp and I could hunt with the guys, like the adults. And I just needed a higher power rifle. And we went to this gun store, and there was this like beautiful Kimber 243 that was like way out of the budget that I had saved up for. And, he let me look at it, but we couldn't buy it. And I was just like heartbroken. And I'm like, man, someday I'm going to get that gun because it's just beautiful. And then, several weeks passed. We were at Christmas. And at that time, Tyler was big into motorcycles. and they had got him like one of those little 80cc like little bitty motorcycles, and they had like wrapped it up, and like he was cloud nine, getting ready to go, you know, do his motocross stuff. And I'm like, man, what can I possibly get that would top a motorcycle? You know, like, what am I gonna get? And then I opened up that box, and it was that Kimber rifle, and I was just like, I think I probably cried, man. I was like speechless. But those 2 Christmases stood out for sure.
Yeah, those will always stick in your memory.
Yeah, it was good memories, man.
How about Rigel? What does he have on his Christmas list?
Man, Rigel's funny because like he's too young to really put much emphasis. Like he loves toys, he loves books, he loves anything with wheels, but like he just loves things. Like right now he's out there playing around with cardboard boxes, you know, like
I saw him out there.
Yeah, like there's not really anything that he would put much emphasis on. He doesn't really have any concept of money yet, or like really even how to take care of
possessions
things.
And stuff.
Yeah. But I was working with him. So he's got like this little piggy bank that we've got some quarters and some dollar bills in. And I'm like, all right, Rigel, we can go to the toy store and you can bring your money and you can buy the toy that you want with your money. And I'm like, or if you want, you could save up your money, get more money, and get a bigger toy. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, what do you want to do? And he's like, I want to take the little bit of money that I have and I want to go buy a big toy. So it hadn't quite clicked for him yet.
That's what we all want to do in life.
But it's pretty good, man. Like we took him to Tractor Supply the other day and he found like a little tractor that he wanted, like in the little kids section. And he had like grabbed some of his cash, and then there's like somebody else in line in front of us. So he like grabbed the cash, and I was like behind the person. And I'm like, all right, wait our turn. He just like grabbed the cash, grabbed the tractor, ran straight up to the cashier, cut the other person off, and just like started putting it on the counter. And I'm all right, hold on. We got to come back here. But he's getting it. It's
he's
just,
learning.
Taking a little time, you know. But it's pretty cute.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it, man. Anyways, we've just totally been rambling.
We've been rambling about Christmas.
Christmas. It is August. We're talking about Christmas.
It is August.
I can tell it's getting to be fall time, though. Not because the weather's gotten any cooler, but as I was telling you this morning, I walked out my door today, and the Orion constellation of stars that I'm named after was like immediately in front of me when I walked out the door. And that doesn't show until it starts getting into the fall months, so I'm excited about that.
How does that work if the Earth is flat, though?
Yeah, that's true, man. With the Earth being flat, like how does that work? You know?
I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, just throw that in there.
Maybe
We'll let the comments
maybe
pop up.
Maybe the next episode we can delve into that.
There are definitely some people that are devout believers in the Earth being flat.
I try to be as open-minded and just willing to, let the ideas flow into my head in a very non-judgmental way. But some of the stuff out there is kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, I would just think from a common sense standpoint, if you're looking at the things that you can see in the solar system visibly with your own 2 eyes and recognize that they're not flat.
That's a screen. That's not a solar system.
That's a screen.
That's a screen.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a dome.
We're in a dome. Mm-hmm. Is it all like man-made dome?
Alien-made dome.
Alien-made dome. Chip, I feel like you need to be taking a dose of your shrooms and chipping in on this conversation, man.
I'm just messing with you. I don't know. There's an ice wall.
An ice wall?
There's an ice wall. If you go past the ice wall, there's a whole nother world, universe, continents. Yeah.
I want to take a journey to the center of the earth, man. You ever read that book?
No.
It's a good one.
Oh, wait. Maybe would it have been one that we maybe would have touched on in grade school or like back in school?
Maybe. It was Jules Verne. He wrote that one, and he wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was my favorite book as a kid.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah. That guy was way ahead of his time, man, because he was writing about like submarines and breathing apparatuses underwater long before that was ever a legitimate thing. Pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, some people are just...
Well, you know that the technology is out there for some of the things we've never even heard of yet. That's just under the radar, different things. There's cars that are run on straight up water.
I've seen those like concept cars that are... I think they're not... they're not cost effective though. Like the technology costs so much to produce them that it would like outweigh the cost of the money you're saving in fuel cost. I believe. At least that's what
I've seen stories and articles of people that have actually kind of perfected the science, and they can get 1,000 miles per gallon or whatever this crazy efficiency is. But the car
itself costs about $500,000 probably.
Oh, I don't know, but researchers end up missing or in a freak accident, that kind of thing. Conspiracy stuff.
That'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do it. I was having an intro meet and greet last week for a podcast that I'm about to have, and I had never talked with her before, but she wanted to just like get to know each other before we did a podcast, and we started talking, and she's like, one thing we can talk about on our podcast when we record is we can go deep down the conspiracy rabbit hole. And I'm like, man, I have no idea what that even means.
Which conspiracy?
All of them.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, all right, let's just buckle in for a 3-hour conversation, I guess.
Yeah, more like 3-week conversation. Yeah. Man, if you even go on any of the social media platforms now, TikTok is huge for that. Like anything that, especially, for example, the Maui wildfires. Oh, man, when that was mainstream, when that was like the hot topic, viral, everything on TikTok and social media was surrounding that, and all these conspiracy ideas and things that weren't happening. It was pretty wild to see.
See, I don't doubt a lot of things, like, they grow in proportion to there being some, kernel of truth in the middle of it. So, like, I don't doubt that there's some things that are, quote unquote conspiracy theorists that are probably 100% legit. Mm-hmm. There's also a lot of things that people just totally blow out of proportion, and it's probably very far from any. It's Crystal. I can try answering her.
Sure. Hey, Crystal.
What's up, babe?
Hey.
Hey, you're on the podcast.
Oh, great. Okay.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast.
She just got her 6-week check postpartum. You sure you don't want to talk about that? We can talk about how you're healing up, how the stitches went, like all that stuff.
Boy, throwing her under the bus.
Talk about that on the podcast live?
No, I think I am good on that,
All
yeah.
right, I'll call you afterwards. You're good though, right? Like you're fully intact, no missing organs or anything?
Organs?
No missing organs.
That's good.
Thank goodness.
That's good.
All right, good. All right, well, I'll call you after we're done recording, babe.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Anyways, we're talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, like there's maybe a morsel of truth that kind of just snowballs out.
I've tried to take this approach toward, it's honestly similar to my approach towards politics. It's like, I don't want to be completely ignorant. Like, I want to have a pulse on what's going on, but there's so many things that I'm not privy to. There's so many things that I can't possibly know the truth in completely. And at the end of the day, can knowing this, or would knowing this change my action in the course of the day?
Right.
And if the answer is no, then it's like not worth my mental bandwidth. Like, I've got too many other things to focus on. Like, I want to just be very stoic in nature and very like realistic in what needles I can move. Like, if I can make a measurable difference with knowing that, then I'll dive into it. If it's like not going to move the needle, then my time is best spent elsewhere.
Yeah, I kind of find it the same way. Like, some of that stuff is you'll never know the truth in one way or the other. You'll never know if a conspiracy idea or theory was true or if it's completely far-fetched. But does it matter? And if it doesn't matter, then it's more or less an entertainment value.
Like, as an example, if you were to find out today that we did or did not go to the moon.
We didn't. We did not go to the moon.
Would you do anything different with your
Doesn't
day
matter.
today? Like, you're still going to work out, you're still going to hit your macros, you're still going to put in a day's work. Like,
exactly.
Like, what difference does it make?
It doesn't make any difference.
So,
but no, I'm going to leave it like that.
That was the bait, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to spool me up a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we got a lot going on this week. We
say that every week. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of things in the fire. We got a lot of big stuff coming up. But
we got some new things.
We do.
We got some new things. We've got we're making carnivore cake pop this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we told people that last time, but we're making carnivore flavors. People have been asking for carnivore flavors for a while now. For the first time ever, we're gonna have both Primal Fudge and Carnivore Cake Pop available on the site at the same time.
Yeah, we're going to drop them both together.
It's not going to be this week, but it'll probably be soon.
We're hoping before September hits.
It'll be before September hits.
Yes.
All goes well. But that's going to be exciting. We're getting a steady stream of new competitors
Oh,
registering
yes.
for the show. So we're shaping up to have a pretty good first show, which I'm super excited about.
You know what I'm super excited about as someone kind of helping orchestrate the event, but also someone who's going to be competing in the event, is our swag bags are going to be freaking stellar.
Yeah.
We've got full-size Keto Bricks going into every athlete's swag bag. We've got T-shirts. We've got Keto Brains and Keto Brains' newest creatine stick packs. We've got Carnivore bars.
Full Keto Bricks.
Yep. What else? We got Redmond Relight's going to be part of that. We've got some discount codes and coupons and stuff for local massage and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. We've got half-price DEXA scans. We've got a lot of perks for the competitors that you don't normally see.
And I was talking to my folks this weekend. I love my folks. They're awesome. So my dad, he built this massive smoker. I don't think you've ever seen it, but it's a big vertical smoker that he built out from the ground up, designed it, the whole 9 yards. It's like super well insulated, and it's huge. Like you have to have it on a trailer to move it. So he's going to drive that up the week of the show. We're going to park his truck and trailer with the smoker on it right at the front of the venue. Then we're going to take my rig, the big rig, park it right next to it. And then he's going to start smoking 16 pork butts the day prior. Mm-hmm. He's going to sleep in the rig so that he can tend the smoker and make sure that's all going good overnight. So, like, thank you, Dad, for being awesome. But he's going to be there cooking all that. So we're going to have smoked pork butts for all the competitors, all the judges, all the volunteers.
That's going to be awesome.
All the attendees, too, probably depending on how much quantity we have. So that's going to be legit. And then Greg Romine hooked us up. He's one of my former clients, works at Under Armour. So he's got a contact for like promo items. Mm-hmm. So he hooked us up with this like fully branded promo pack where we're getting like flyers, flags, backdrops, stadium tents, like all this stuff with the Natural State Savage branding on it. So we're going to have a big tent in the front of the venue where Dad will be able to have like a covered awning and a table for serving up the pork. It's going to be good, man.
It's going to be awesome.
Like people, I'm expecting we're going to get a lot of foot traffic for people that don't even know there's a show going on, but they smell the barbecue pork going and they're like walking around finding us, like, all right, following their noses.
Well, there's a big football game in town that weekend, so there might be a lot more folks in the area.
Yeah, so we just got to get people in the doors. Like if people don't even know there's a show, but they smell and want the barbecue, we'll be like, look, go get you a ticket, watch a bodybuilding show, experience that for the first time, cheer on the competitors, and if you do that, then we'll hook you up with some barbecue.
Yeah, bingo.
So everybody wins.
So anybody that wants to come to a sweet event, September 27th.
Boom chakalaka, September 27th. It's getting close, man.
It is.
Less than 6 weeks out.
Yeah, 5 weeks. 5 weeks in one day when this episode goes live, right?
Getting the crunch time.
Mm-hmm. And we got Ralph here at work who's doing a show in
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool. And Joe Davis, he's another awesome competitor who's part of the community in the tribe.
I'm glad that Joe's coming out to my show to help. Just having him there is like a extra set of hands that'll just be able to see it all.
Yeah.
So he'll be here. So that'll be good.
Yeah. We got a whole slew of awesome people willing to throw in and help.
And we got Jen. She's coming from freaking Canada to be there. Peter's going to be competing. He's from Canada. So like we got a lot of people coming in from out of state.
We got a lot of people coming on from out of state.
It'll be good. NaturalStateSavages.com. Yes. People need to get their tickets, whether they're competing or attending. And then in other news, you and I just got done cranking out several miles yesterday.
Because you have your 50-mile march coming up this weekend, actually.
Yeah, so it'll be this Saturday. So this is going live on Friday. So the next day I'll be freaking rocking 50 miles for veterans.
People can still go online and donate, right?
Yeah, they can still donate. And we can like put the link or something in the show notes. But it's 50milemarch.org is the website. And then I've got a link if the donations want to come through my channels or whatever. I don't get any of that, obviously. It just goes straight to the organization. But it's pretty cool, man, because like this will be the 5th year that I've marched. And then every year it's grown. It's pretty impressive. Like the first year there were 6 walkers, and I think they raised like $25,000. The second year was the first year I did it, and there was 38 walkers, I think, and they raised, I don't remember, it was like 75 or 6 figures, something like that. But then like this year, like last year was the biggest yet. They had, over I think it was like just shy of 200 walkers, and they raised like $500,000. This year, we're already at $500,000, and we hadn't even done the march yet.
No, you guys are over 700, I think, last time I looked.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But it's cool because they're doing this, so it's a 22-mile, it's 50 miles, 22 hours. The 22 hours represent the 22 vets that take their lives daily. And all of the money now, since last year, I think, or the year before last, so they took all the funds and they bought a piece of land. So they have the land now; it's in their possession, and now they're getting the blueprints drawn up. They're going to start construction this year, I think. But they're building this big community center, like a multi-level community center that like teaches all kinds of skills for the displaced vets. And then phase 2 is they're going to have a housing section behind that community center, and they're going to like have 12 to 18-month housing opportunities for displaced homeless vets. So they'll be able to bring them in from the streets. Get them reacclimated to civilian life, and then teach them a skill set, get them healthy, get them sober, get them whatever they need whatever they need.
Throw them into the employment pool and
bring them back into and kind of reintegrate them into society. So
nice.
It's super cool, man. Like every year we do it, like personally, my feet are freaking hurting. I'm putting in all these miles to get ready for it in advance. Like I did 22 miles yesterday, so it's time away from my family. Feet are hurting, all that craziness. But then when you actually do the march, like once you get beyond the pain and you just embrace it, but then you cross that finish line and there's like hundreds of vets and families of vets that are there to welcome you. Like, dude, I get emotional every time. Every year I cry a little bit.
I bet.
I tear up.
That's a powerful thing.
It's weird, man. Like when you're in pain, you're like vulnerable to begin with. But then like you're in pain, you're like, why the hell am I doing this? And then you look up and you've got like somebody on the roadside holding a sign that's like, thank you for what you do. I lost my husband in Iraq and we appreciate you. Like you see a sign like that when you're just like suffering a little bit and you're like, man, what do I have to complain about? This is awesome. I'm proud to be here. I'm honored to have a voice to try and like raise all those veterans that have served. Like it's cool, man. It's really cool.
That's pretty sweet.
So
I'll have to do it next year.
Yeah, I was trying to talk
I keep saying that. I'm going to do it next year.
I mentioned it to Ralph, telling him, like, Ralph, if you want to do it next year, he's like, man, I don't know. I could do a 50-mile Harley ride, but I don't know about a 50-mile walk. But you should do it next year because you and I both be bulking.
Sure.
So we can kind of do that as a way to make sure we don't get too fat.
Sure.
And then just freaking rock that. And I don't know. You would like it, man. It sucks, but I think when you cross the finish line, you'll be like, man, this was totally worth it. So it's good. I enjoy it.
And is it in August every year?
Yeah,
kind of the same
August
time of
every year.
Okay.
So Jay Shane, he's going to come down on Thursday, and then he wants to work out on Friday mornings. Do you want to lift on Friday morning with him?
Who's coming here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he was going to fly, and then he like bought tickets, and then he like got them canceled. And I'm like, why don't you just drive to my place, stay the night Thursday night, and then we'll both leave Friday morning to head that way. So he's going to come here Thursday.
Okay.
So we can lift Friday morning with him, and then we'll hit the road afterwards.
Yeah, I want to lift here on Friday morning?
Yeah, we'll lift here, take a shower, and then just boogie.
Cool.
But he'll be there. Ben and Jamie Seaman, Joe Wilson will be there. So it'll be cool. It's good vibes. Rich, I don't know. I think Rich is doing it this year, but Rich, he's somebody that emailed me years ago on my 7-Set Sunday newsletter. He'd been following along, buying the bricks and stuff. And he was like, man, I really appreciate what you're doing. I lost my son due to depression and everything post time in the service, and I would be honored if you would wear his picture on your pack when you do your march.
Cool.
So every year since then, I've worn his patch.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, man, like when you get that weighing on you, it's like, okay, no matter how bad I hurt, I'm finishing this.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to give up now, even more
Yeah,
so because
100%.
you got somebody else.
And Rich did the march with me the last 2 years, so super cool, man. Like he came in and marched with me. And when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, you've been walking all night long, and you're tired. You're at 33 miles in. It's like having somebody to just perk you up a little bit's key. So hopefully Rich is doing it again this year. I need to shoot him an email. But hopefully I'll see him, and it's good, man. I'm excited.
It's probably kind of a reunion of sorts too, because you got some of these people that have done it every single year, and you don't really probably see them other
it's
times
the only time I
the
see
year.
them every year. And it's cool because like you're doing something hard with them.
You come together for that, yeah.
So it's good. It's really good. I was about to say something else that was relevant, but I don't remember what it was.
This year you had to do some qualifying
Yeah, this year we had to do a 20-mile qualifier ruck with a weight, like a certain weight. So I did that several months ago. Mm-hmm. This year I haven't gotten nearly as many miles like throughout the week in, because like we got the newborn now, so like it's hard for me to just leave for 6 hours every night to go walk. But I've been doing a long walk every weekend and then just shorter runs every day. So hopefully that works well. But like once you get past 15 miles, your feet hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it's just part of it.
I think once you kind of break in, you know, like yesterday we walked, 11 miles?
Yeah, we walked 11 miles together.
After the first however many miles and you're already tired, sweaty, and your blood's flowing, you're just like, oh, I feel like I could go forever. But
yeah. For me, like yesterday.
Physically, it probably hit some thresholds.
Yeah, for me, like the third loop I did, so you walked with me 2 loops.
Yep.
The third loop was the hardest. And then the fourth loop is, okay, this is the last loop. So it's like, once you get past that, like, third quarter point.
Over the hump.
Mentally, no matter what sport it is, it's like you go into overdrive. It's like you just deal with the pain. Mm-hmm. But, like, that third quarter is, like, the crappiest one because you're not fresh. And the finish line seems too far away still. So that third quarter is when all that negative self-talk happens. And, like, in prep, I mean, that's the same thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, when you're, you know, like, 6 weeks out, you're still too far away to really like see it, and you're hungry, you're depleted, your calories are low. You're like, man, I don't know about this. But then once you're like 2 weeks out, you're like, all right, man, I can see it right there. We got refeeds coming in. I feel good. Like, bring it on. You know, like ramp up the cardio, drop the calories, whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
just hunker down and get it done.
Yep, hunker down and get it done. But I remember what I was going to say. So after that March, that was a fasting day, doing my alternate day fasting. I woke up at 172 today.
This morning? That's a low.
That's crazy low for me. I mean, I was like consistently 180, 182, and now I was like 172. So today's a feeding day. I'll probably be like 175 tomorrow. But yeah, man, I'm getting lighter.
So you're still kind of up and down, but it's trending lower.
Definitely trending lower. My body fat's dropping. But man, I'm excited for you to do the alternate day fast and reverse, because I'm literally eating to satiety. Like, I'm eating 5,500 calories on my feeding days. So like, I totally fill up, eat what I want, eat a lot of it. Had like 3 pounds of chuck roast the other day as my final meal. And it's like, go to bed fat and happy, and then just don't eat the next day, and then eat the following day, and my waist is dropping.
Because you're just eating 2 days worth of food in one 24-hour. Well,
how long? It seemed more effortless.
What's your feeding window then? Is it like 18, 16 hours, somewhere in there?
So my fasting window is typically 33, 34 hours. Because like today I'll eat, my last meal today will be probably 7 or 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. And then I won't eat again at all the following day. So tomorrow I won't eat anything. And then I won't break my fast until I wake up on Wednesday.
Okay.
And when I've been doing that, I don't typically like working out fasted with that long of a fast. So when I have my morning coffee on the feeding day again, I'll typically have like a piece of meat, cheese, or like some spoonful of peanut butter or something. Just to get a little something in. And then, so with that, it's like a 33, 34 hour fast, basically.
Cool.
But like my ketones have been higher. My glucose has been lower. My glucose was high after that March yesterday, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 117.
Okay.
When I
probably
got
not
home.
For super long though, was it?
No, just because, you know, I was out there for 6 hours, 6.5 hours walking. But yeah, I feel like my level of fat metabolism has improved because of the longer fasting window. I feel more satiated. I get to eat to satiety, and then when I'm fasting, I just fast. You know. Yep. So I've enjoyed it. I'm a fan so far.
I'm excited. I'm going to try that out for sure, because right now I'm doing OMAD, pretty much OMAD. And if you try to chop your OMAD into 2 meals, it's like 2 small meals that don't leave you totally satisfied. Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah, we got to do kind of what we were talking about on the walk yesterday. We got to do some cool things to keep us in good shape next year, with both of us being in a build. So doing like a mud run, those obstacle course races I think would be good. We can do some of the rucking that I was talking about.
Sure.
We can do...
Just do some hill sprints or something?
I've never really been a sprinter. I should do some more like jump work and sprint work, because I don't really do any velocity style training, but I probably should. So that would be good. We can do that 50-mile march as something to kind of have on the radar. But yeah, man, that combined with just freaking getting yoked is going to be the goal. So
strategically,
not
sloppily.
Not sloppily. What do you think is your ideal target weight peak off season?
Anything close to 200 pounds, give or take 5 pounds. Yeah. Maybe 205-ish, 200.
Yeah, I think, because I mean, think about it. Like if you get too heavy, you just
peel
have
it all
more
back
skin.
off.
And you're going to have more loose skin come show day. You got to diet harder or longer to get it off. It's not really going to be a result in more strength past a certain point. So it's just not necessary. You know, like I started my last prep at 182 pounds. I'm 172 right now. So like if I can stay less than 180, I feel like I'll be in a good spot.
You're already off to a better start.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Other thing, we got one more big thing. we had somebody come in last week for a few days. Met him at Meat Stock Conference.
Oh yeah, yep.
And he came in, and he's got a whole lot of experience in the food industry, and he was just bringing all kinds of recommendations, suggestions, things that we can implement to like operate at a basically streamline our workflow currently, but then put some procedures into place that would pretty much be for companies that are significantly larger than we are. But like, I'm excited about it, man. It's kind of intensive. It's very intensive, but I feel like if we can set ourselves up for success and have all those protocols in place now at this level of scale, as we grow, it'll just be like rocking.
Yep.
You know, so
we'll grow into it.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, we had a pretty lengthy meeting with the crew this morning, but I feel like they're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think so. Well received.
Yeah, well received. We got to get Chip and his mushrooms rocking too, man. Momente Mori. Should I put the link in there yet? Should you talk about the website link, Chip?
Give me a couple of days still.
A couple of days. All right, we're not going to talk about that yet, but Chip's shrooms are going to be popping up before long here. Healthy, legal shrooms.
Yes.
They're all legal. They're all good too.
Delicious.
But yeah, good things. Well, man, we got anything else to talk about? Is that pretty much a wrap on
I think
today?
that's about it. I'm ready to go eat my lunch.
It's your own, man. What you having for today?
I got just eggs, meat, cheese, butter, little pico de gallo, salsa. That's about it.
I like it. I do have one thing. Speaking of food, we may send out an email with like a feedback form, but for people listening to the Work podcast, some, not all, but some of the cake pop that we're producing, that we'll be launching with that Carnivore duo, is using a different rendering process for the tallow, which I think will yield an even more impressive nutrient profile, slightly different texture, but potentially even higher quality. It's all still grass-fed, grass-finished tallow, but I'm excited about it. I'm curious to get feedback. So if anybody's listening to this, taste one of the new Carnivore cake pop, by all means, let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
So there's that. All right, that's a wrap. Till next time, ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta.